Hey everybody, Tubal Kane here. No fuck sticks today. This is a PSA. I don't know, I'm feeling compassionate. This is a PSA, public service announcement that is parlaying off of what we call the deception, grand deception. Whether it deals with flat earth or not, that's up to you, I the beholder. But part of this deception that we feel that has been given to us, our reality, non spinning spherical ball, flat, non moving geocentric. One of the other lies and deception is about where we come from and our blood. This is strictly about Rh negative blood. It's to flat earthers, globers, concavers. As I said, I'm feeling compassionate. If you or a loved one, family, friend, is Rh negative, first thing you need to do is tell them to get on copper. Rh negative blood is a copper based blood, not iron. If an Rh negative person, Rh positive person, the Rh negative person cannot receive blood from an Rh positive. Will not take it, they will die. The Rh positive person, on the other hand, can receive Rh negative blood. Prior to the 20s and 30s, science would assume, because they didn't have this technology at the time potentially to test, they assumed that humans' blood should just jive. One human to another human. We're all the same species. Why should Well, they didn't think a black person's blood and a white person's blood maybe would jive. Until they found out under the skin, without the color, the blood didn't differ from color or race, whether a Jew or a Englishman, whatever, Scotsman, Italian. Their nationality and race had nothing to do with the blood. Basically, there's two blood types. There's A, B, and O. Those types are irrelevant when it comes to really jiving human blood. It has to deal with it being negative or positive. So if you have a loved one who is Rh negative, especially a female, get them on copper. Their blood is copper based, not iron based like the positives. And through studying the Rh negative and understanding that it's copper based and not iron based, I was able to help a worker of mine who is an AB negative, which the Chinese consider panda blood, is the rarest on the planet. 15% of the world is Rh negative. Of that 15%, AB negative is the rarest of all Rh negatives. My co-worker is AB negative. He had renal failure, his kidney shut down, so he has to do dialysis every night at home. So when he started his dialysis and treatments at the hospital, even though they knew he was Rh negative and would put him off to the side with other negatives to make sure their blood didn't jive with the positives, they treated him as a positive. They would give him iron shots when he would go in for his treatments. So for about a year and a half, he was sick as a dog. He was 6'2", 240-pound, athletic young man who then dropped to about 170 pounds when his kidney shut down and he started doing these treatments. At about that time, I started studying the Rh negative and its effect and purpose and why it's important. When I found out that he was getting iron shots as a negative, I told him that they are poisoning you. You need to stop the iron and get on copper. He did his own research, which is smart. And after his own research, realized, you know something? That's right. So he went to the hospital and said, listen, stop the iron shots. I want copper. They made him sign a waiver because this was not prescribed. The doctors prescribed the iron as part of his treatment. He wanted to go off that. So he had to sign a waiver for liability that they're not prescribing this and you're refusing the iron. Once he got the copper shot, the next day he urinated for the first time in a year. Somehow that copper kick-started something in his kidneys to allow him to filter and urinate. Now, his kidneys are not working, but something happened, and he realized that. So from that point forward, he just started taking copper instead of the iron. He is back up to 240 pounds, looks healthy. Nobody would know that he is a sick man that does dialysis 7 days a week at home. So, this is part of the flat, non-spinning, globular, heliocentric deception, is also where we come from, positive, negative. You're a positive blood type because you have a monkey gene, the rhesus monkey, R-H-E-S-U-S, rhesus, RH factor. So the 85% of the people who walk this planet have a monkey gene. I am a RH positive person, I'm not negative. So that means I come from a fucking monkey. It has nothing to do with what country you come from, what color your skin is, whether you believe in flat, globular, or fucking cellular. If you are RH positive, which 85% of the world is, you come from monkeys. If you're negative, you're not. Science cannot explain. They do not know. They cannot explain how this has happened. Because nature cannot mutate out or in this particular type of protein gene. So if 85% of the world are RH positive, usually cater to the majority, as we've learned. So if the medical field basically is 100% trained to only really deal with and really provide care for positives, the casualties of the positive-negative war will be the negatives dying off. And again, hospitals are in demand for their blood. So if you know someone who's RH negative and might be in financial straits, they could probably sell their blood, go give it at the hospital, and you could probably make some money because it is in demand, because all positives can receive negative. So 100% of the people can receive negative blood. It's in high demand. It is copper-based. Blue blood, that's where the term blue bloods come from, because a copper pipe that has water going through it, if there's a little leak in the seal or a joint, you'll see that blue oxidation take place. Oxygen and copper combined in the liquid will turn blue. Horseshoe crabs are harvested for their blood, and when about 2/3 of their blood is taken out, then they're put back in the water to reproduce, grow their blood back, drain it. It's a process, but when their blood comes out, it is blue. It is a light blue color. Science cannot clone RH negative blood. They can do the positive. Some believe RH negatives is fallen angel Nephilim blood. Some maybe believe it came from Adam, the original human. But somewhere, two species were here, the negatives and the positives. And as I said, the negatives cannot receive positive blood. It's impossible. So, to me, it's a PSA to all humans, no matter what you believe, no matter what your color, no matter what your race. You are a minority if you are a negative. And the medical field is geared towards killing you off, basically. That's also part of the deception. If you want to remain healthy and hopefully stay out of hospitals where they have a chance to kill you or maim you, get copper into your system and stay healthy. Because again, it's all part of the grand deception, if that's what you believe, coming down the line of, conspiracies and deception. So just again, PSA, I'm feeling compassionate. I care about the RH negatives. You supposedly have special characteristics. And I like hearing stories of how people's lives and how they have had different type of experiences once they've introduced copper into their system. I've had a friend who, when we found out he was negative, explained getting copper into his system. As soon as he got copper into his system, His vibration level changed. He started seeing images, you could say, geometric shapes. His whole life changed. Whether for the better or not, because it opened up a lot of doors that has freaked him out. Just study Rh negative. There's a plethora of information out there. It's very interesting, and I feel it's part of the grand design of the deception that's being, played out. Our reality, our physical reality, and where and whom we come from. And the Rh negative is a big, big deal. No one makes it a big deal. But if you look into it, if you haven't already, look into the Rh factor, copper, ask your friends, just as well you might ask someone about flat earth, what they believe. Start asking people about their blood type, your friends, your family, and let them know if they're a negative to take care of their health, because the medical field will try and take you out. Copper is the number one thing. Cooking with copper pots, copper ware, wear copper on your body, get copper supplements into your system. But copper is your panacea if you are an Rh negative. That is why they had to create a shot to give to females who get pregnant, so their bodies will not reject the positive fetus. They are neither humans. Hey, Tubalcade! It's early in the morning, and Tubalcade just came down. Now, he's not a negative, he's a positive, like the rest of us. But you negatives, get on the copper and spread the word. Flat lines matter, not you. Say peace, Tubalcade.